right, so we're getting ready to start day 3. We got her framed up for the most part and put a couple braces in yet, and then I'm gonna do roof metal. I typically would like to do my soffit first. That way when I get on the roof, I can just trim everything and be done. But conditions are perfect right now with it being cooler. And then if I can get my roof on, I'll create some shade since it's been about 100 degrees here every day. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that next. Then we'll do our bracing, we'll do our roof, and hopefully get a little bit of wall metal on today as well. So we'll just jump right into it. Let me show you guys our platform that I'm going to use for all the roof metal. It's out here. So here's a platform that I had a buddy of mine make, and it's steel, so it's pretty heavy, but it's got the fork holes, and you just lay your roof metal right on top of that, and you can put it right up to the roof's edge over here, or you can use it as a work platform, which comes in pretty handy too. And if you don't have something like this and you're just, building one for yourself, what I've done is just take some 2x6s, made a frame. I actually had a post in the middle, or you could put a couple 2x6s and just put OSB on top, and you sit it on top of there, and you can just kind of fasten it, strap it to the fork somehow. And I mean, it comes in pretty handy. I did that for a while to get me through till I got one made. So you can just kind of makeshift your one with wood too and use it as a work platform. It's a lot cheaper than getting a lift out or anything like that. So you'll see it in action today as well. So now we're gonna go ahead and get our paper down, and I'll explain again why. So this is 4 foot exactly, and these typically if you go over 2 foot, you'd be 4 foot center, so I went 1 inch under. That way I got a little bit of overlap. So I'm gonna start from the bottom and go up so it's lap right. And I'm gonna run sideways. Now you could go up and down with it. I just don't feel like that's sealed off as good, because then in between here you got all those laps that can kind of sag, So I'm gonna go sideways. Got the paper up, and we're getting ready to start throwing some roof metal. And so this one's 42 foot long, so I went ahead and 40 plus 2 foot overhang, so 42. These are 3 foot wide, so that's exactly 14 pieces. So I went ahead and stacked 14 pieces on here, double checked that, made sure I got them right, and then I lined up my bottom. So that end will be my bottom, since this is the starting rib here, and then that one with the tail on it is the one that goes underneath. So this is where we'll start. We'll start at that end, so that's why that end is bottom. And so I lined that up, make sure that's all lined up, and then how I found out my screw rows, punch rows, what I call them, is I just overhung my trim by 1 inch. So I'm gonna overhang my metal 1 inch, and then I just measured it, and whatever I had is I'll mark them out across, and I'll punch holes with this gun. I'll show you guys how that works. So you can pretty easily get through, punch a hole in about 8 sheets. You can get dimples up to about 14, 15 sheets. I usually just repunch them when they go into dimples. And then I like this better because I think it's way faster. Drilling holes takes longer. I mean, you get through the whole stack, then you're breaking off bits, all that stuff. So I still think this is faster, even though you got to repunch it. If you got like a long wall or something or roof, you got to repunch it a couple times. Still think it's faster. So that's why I like it this way. All right, so now we're getting ready to do the roof metal. I like In fact, this is only 10 foot tall, so you can get it right up here. This is by far the easiest way, is to get it right up to the roof edge and you can just grab it and go. Now, you want to make sure you start this correctly. And so I'm gonna get my inch overhang and I'm gonna square it up with the gable. I wouldn't try too hard to square it with this trim. This trim can vary a little bit, and a little bit of variance can make a big difference. I would do it with that. That's gonna be a lot more square. And this is where having your building square becomes important again. Your roof metal will run a lot better. So, and also how to start it. If you end with a 2 foot piece or a full piece, I would put center of the high of my rib, edge of framing, because that little bit other part that sticks out, the corner will go over it. That'll just give you the best. It's the reason you do that is try to get a rib away from where your corner comes in. And then if you end up with a 1 footer, you want to start in, probably about 1.5 inches in. That way you get that last rib underneath your corner. It all makes sense when you get to the other side. Now, if your metal doesn't run right, it runs short or long, not exactly 3 foot, that can mess you up. But that just gives you the best chance of making your corners look as good so they don't end up on a rib and stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this one. And then another thing too, if you do punch them, the bottom is pretty sharp. It blows out a little bit on the bottom. So, especially on the fresh punch ones. So you don't want to slide it because you'll scratch the crap out of the metal. So you don't want to slide it. If that's what you want to do, if you want to try to slide it, stuff like that, you'll have to probably drill it. But I always just pick it up and curl it because a lot of times you're dealing with a little bit of wind. It's so much easier to carry it in the wind. Even if you need 2 guys, you can have 1 guy on each end curling it like that, but that way you can actually handle it a little better in any condition.